The New York State Racing Parimutuel Wagering and Breeding Law, Section 102, provides that the New York State Gaming Commission shall consist of 7 members appointed by the governor, by and with the advice and consent of the Senate. 4 members confirmed by the New York State Senate are necessary to afford the commission an ability to establish a quorum and undertake action. This present meeting of the commission is now called to order. This meeting is being conducted in conformity with New York Governor Andrew M. Cuomo's Executive Order 202.1, which is entitled Continuing Temporary Suspension and Modification of Laws Relating to the Disaster Emergency. The order suspended portions of the Open Meetings Law and specifically allowed the conduct of meetings by telephone or other similar service. The Governor's Executive Order in relevant part reads, Article 7 of the Public Officers Law, to the extent necessary to permit any public body to meet and take such actions authorized by the law without permitting an public in-person access to meetings and authorizing such meetings to be held remotely by conference call or other similar service, provided that the public has an ability to view or listen to such proceeding, and that such meetings are recorded and later transcribed. By Executive Order 202.48, Governor Cuomo extended the authority of Order 202.1 through August 5th, 2020. Accordingly, this commission meeting is being conducted in conformance with such allowance, and we are recording today's meeting for transcription as required. Ms. Secretary, will you please call the roll?
John Crotty.
Here.
Peter Machete.
Here.
John Baklemba.
Here.
Barry Sample.
Here.
Jerry Skirnick.
Here.
Ms. Secretary, please have the record reflect that a quorum of qualified members are present, thus enabling transaction of business. Chairman Sample has requested that Commissioner Machete preside over today's meeting. Unless there is an objection, Commissioner Machete?
First item is consideration of minutes for meeting of May 19, 2020. The minutes of the commission being conducted on that date have been provided to the members in advance. At this time, I'd like to ask members if there are any edits, corrections, or amendments. Hearing none. C. The Secretary, please let the record reflect the minutes were accepted as circulated. The next item is rulemaking. New York State Racing Parimutuel Wagering and Breeding Law, Section 104.19, authorizes the Commission to promulgate rules and regulations that it deems necessary to carry out its responsibilities. As a result, the Commission will, from time to time, promulgate rules and rule amendments pursuant to the State Administrative Procedure Act. Today, we have 4 rules for adoption. Rob Williams would outline those items for us, please.
Certainly. At the last meeting, the Commission considered and adopted an emergency and approved a consensus rulemaking to extend the days upon which a harness horse must qualify from 30 days to a date as to be determined appropriate by the Commission. The purpose of the rules were to reduce the density gathering of owners, trainers, drivers, and associated personnel seeking to promptly requalify their horse by extending the days after which a harness horse must qualify. The public comment period for the proposed consensus rulemaking has not yet expired, while the emergency rulemaking is scheduled to expire on August 17th, prior to the Commission's next anticipated meeting date. Accordingly, staff recommends that the Commission readopt the emergency rulemaking to ensure the continuity of the rule through the time at which the Commission may consider permanent adoption of the proposed consensus rule.
Commissioners, any questions on the readoption of an emergency rulemaking to allow the time extension for qualification standards in harness racing? Hearing none, may I have a motion to readopt this rule?
So moved.
Any
Second.
Second. Discussion on the motion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Next item.
For Commission consideration is a proposed rulemaking to add a feature called Money Dots to the existing Quick Draw game. In the standard Quick Draw game, a patron may choose to play between 1 and 10 spots, or numbers, per game. A draw of 20 numbers is made from a field of 80, with players winning prizes depending upon how many of their chosen numbers match the 20 winning numbers drawn. The Money Dots feature allows a patron to make a $1 wager and to receive a Money Dots ticket containing 8 random numbers from 1 to 80. While this wager is independent of any wager on the base quick draw game, it runs alongside the base game. After the 20 winning quick draw numbers are revealed, the remaining 60 numbers are assigned a color and corresponding prize value. Following assignment, one randomly selected Money Dot number will be selected, and any player whose Money Dots ticket contains the selected Money Dots number wins the corresponding prize amount. The Division of the Lottery believes that the addition of this feature would increase player interest in the quick draw game, attract new players, and increase revenue to benefit state education. The proposal also includes reorganization of the quick draw rule. Other technical and stylistic revisions are proposed as well. Staff recommends that the Commission authorize the proposal of this rulemaking.
Do the Commissioners have any questions on the proposal of a rule regarding a quick draw Money Dots wager? Hearing none, may I have a motion to propose this rule?
So moved.
Second?
Second. Second.
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Next item, please.
For Commission consideration is a proposed rulemaking to conform to the requirements of the New York Public Officers Law, Section 87(4)A, which directs state agencies to promulgate rules to prescribe the way the agency will safeguard against any unauthorized access to records containing trade secrets that are submitted. The proposal also conforms the time to determine records access appeals within the agency to the time prescribed by the statute, allows for the delivery of appeals decisions by electronic mail, and adds cross-references to statutory requirements. Staff recommends that the Commission authorize the proposal of this rulemaking.
Any questions on the proposal of rule pertaining to protection of trade secrets and records access? Hearing none, may I have a motion to propose this rule?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Next item.
For Commission consideration are proposed rules authorizing the inclusion of instant tickets to the existing lottery courier regulations. Recall that the lottery courier regulations previously advanced and adopted did not include the allowance of instant tickets. Since the initial adoption of the Commission regulations, several other states have followed and approved the operation of courier sales, including instant tickets. The proposed rule changes are designed to fit within and along the existing courier regulation.
Are there any questions to the proposal of a rule to allow lottery couriers to offer instant tickets? Hearing no questions, may I have a motion to propose this rule? Anyone?
So moved.
Second? Anyone? Second. Thank you.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Everybody all right out there? Guys okay?
Well, if you recall, Peter, we had talked about this one for a while, right?
Yeah.
It was not our favorite. I mean, I have some thoughts about how it relates, but they seem to, have been answered when we first contemplated the rule, right?
Right.
And so this is not, in under current circumstances, one could think about it some more, but.
Well, it's a proposal too, so
Right.
we'll have another chance to revisit it.
Yeah, hopefully in better circumstances.
Yes, absolutely. So, anything else? We can move to the adjudication. The next item of scheduled business regards adjudications. Today we have one item for adjudication. Rob, if you could handle that.
Certainly. On January 23rd, 2020, the Bureau of Licensing issued a notice of license suspension and ordered the immediate temporary suspension of the lottery sales agent license of R&V Deli Grocery, Inc., which is located at 9619 Linden Boulevard in Ozone Park, Queens. The notice informed R&V that the suspension was for fraud, deceit, misrepresentation, or conduct prejudicial to public confidence in the state lottery. Specifically, the notice indicated that the New York State Department of Taxation and Finance had suspended R&V's license to sell cigarettes at retail for 6 months, beginning December 17, 2019, having found the licensee possessed unlawfully stamped packages of cigarettes. The Commission suspended the licensee for violations of lottery rules or sales agreement and under general character and fitness. R&V requested a hearing, which was conducted on April 16, 2020. The hearing officer submitted a report to the Commission on May 7th, recommending that the license be suspended until July 17, 2020. The Commission considered this matter at a meeting conducted pursuant to the judicial or quasi-judicial proceedings exemption of New York Public Officers Law, Section 108.1.
The Commission duly deliberated and considered this matter and determined upon a vote of 5-0 to sustain the hearing officer's report and recommendation. So the next item is old business or new business. First, old business. At a previous meeting, we had started some discussion regarding the use of the crop. During the middle of the week, staff circulated a lengthy memorandum outlining the various national and regional changes and deliberations relative to the use of the crop. Given the volume of the material circulated, and I think it's a rather important issue, perhaps it's best to defer substantive discussion until the August meeting when we can get into the meat of the memorandum. In the interim, should anybody have any questions arising which are unanswered by the memorandum, members should directly contact Mr. Williams or our vet doctor. Now, does anyone have any other old business to consider? Hearing nothing, we'll go to new business. Does anyone have any new business to consider?
I mean, well, hold on. The only thing that I wanted to mention is the new LASIK-free book for 2-year-olds is out. Have they run any of those races?
They have.
And?
Could you rephrase your question to the end?
Well, how many have they run? What have been the results? How many horses have entered? Times, if the times are different than the other races that they've run for 2-year-olds?
We can certainly get that information for you. We don't have it presently available. There has been no experience of epistaxis during the races that have been conducted, but we will get that information.
Right. I mean, don't you think that's something I don't know. If you're doing this and it was pretty controversial at some level, an impact in the result. Pro or con?
We'll get you the information.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Anybody else? All right, then. I think we're ready to adjourn. That concludes today's published agenda. Do any commissioners have items they'd like to present for consideration before we adjourn? All right, so the commission traditionally has met on the fourth Monday of each month, which for August would be the 24th. For planning purposes, please advise Secretary Buckley as to your availability. That was rather succinct. Anything else, gentlemen, before we adjourn? I guess we are in adjournment then.
Well done, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, thanks. You guys,
I think you're all.
at the end.
We should make this comment.